Good evening, good afternoon, good night, and good morning. Thank you for tuning in to RETV News Break. I am Tyren.
And I'm Nicole with your weekly RETV News Break. Every week, Ty and I will bring you news, trends, and more with a positive spin. First up, the TNT network has a new original series entitled The Game Plan with Shaquille O'Neal. The Game Plan highlights inspirational stories of Atlanta-based entrepreneurs as they receive business advice and identify new opportunities to sharpen their game plan from NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal and some of his successful celebrity friends. During the docuseries, 6 entrepreneurs will present their products encompassing streetwear, food, and consumer packaged goods to O'Neal and special guests including Quavo, Killer Mike, Lisa Leslie, and Big Boy as they share business tips, uncover potential pitfalls, and help them develop a new product to take to market. In Season 1, Episode 2, Shaquille O'Neal and WNBA legend Lisa Leslie offered their business experience and connections to Goldest Carrot Publishing, an independent book company committed to diversity in children's literature. Crystal Swain Bates is the owner of Goldest Carrot Publishing, founded in 2014. Goldest Carrot is focused on bringing diversity to children's literature, exploring themes of inclusivity, empowerment, and inspiration. Congratulations, Ms. Swain Bates, for broadening the imagination of children of color with character images that reflect them.
Cool.
Can we move to Atlanta so we can be one of the 6?
So I was going to actually ask that. First of all, who's Quavo? It's Quavo. That shows you're showing your age. You don't obviously know what the kids are into. Actually, a lot of kids, that's from the Migos. So even the kids probably don't even listen to the Migos anymore. But anyway, yeah, okay. So you just mentioned what I was going to bring up first, as far as it being in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Like, I noticed that Atlanta is getting a lot of love these days. Mm-hmm. And obviously LA and, those places in New York always get a lot of love because that's where usually a lot of celebrities and TV shows take place. But now Atlanta with Tyler Perry, and we mentioned just a whole nother studio just last week that's being built there. And the whole new East Coast Hollywood is what Atlanta is. And it would be nice to see some of these things in other smaller cities, like a Charlotte or even DC. DC doesn't get as much love. For it to be the nation's capital, doesn't get as much love as, the New Yorks and the LAs and Washingtons, or not Washingtons, and so on and so forth, and Atlantas. But yeah, definitely, those 6 entrepreneurs, I'm excited to see what this series is about, especially considering the fact that Shaquille O'Neal is a basketball player. Mm-hmm. Now we know he has Papa John's. He does the commercials with the insurance. The general mm-hmm. insurance, and what else?
That's another one too.
He does quite a bit. So we know he has his hat in the business or entrepreneur ring. But this show, The Game Plan, obviously to play off the words game, sports for that. But that it'd be pretty interesting to see how some of these celebrities, such as Lisa Leslie, who's also a WNBA or former WNBA player, mm-hmm. Shaquille O'Neal, who was a former NBA player, who was the NBA analyst, Quavo, who is actually a rap music artist, but I know he has his hat in a lot of other things as far as business is concerned as well. Definitely be interested to see how they take a different spin on doing an entrepreneur-focused show.
Yeah, that would be very interesting to see. And actually, it comes on Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern on TNT.
Cool beans. I know TNT does obviously the NBA, inside the NBA and all the NBA games and so forth. So I'm pretty sure it probably goes back up, back to back with that, considering Shaq is on, inside the NBA each and every week. So yeah, that's pretty dope. We're definitely looking forward to seeing what Shaq and his other celebrity friends and how they're supporting entrepreneurs out there, especially African American entrepreneurs, but different entrepreneurs in the different facets and different industries, because they're doing, would you say, clothing, food, and some other different ones out there. I think consumer packaged goods, streetwear, mm-hmm. So on and so forth. So I think that'd be pretty dope
to see.
Exactly, especially
entrepreneurs of color.
Exactly, definitely. In our next story, Ciara and Russell Wilson are the perfect depictions of what it looks like to create an empire for your household. The power couple has successfully conquered a plethora of ventures ranging from their own fragrance line, R&C, the fragrance duo, to the opening up of a clothing company, the house of LR&C, building with one another through their shared serial entrepreneurship. The duo also makes it their duty to take time to support others with their Why Not You Foundation, a nonprofit that aims to fight poverty, increase access to education, and empower youth. Afrotech previously shared that Ciara and Russell invested $1.75 million in funding to rebrand a Seattle charter school, as well as more recently donated over $35,000 to Seattle students. With the mission to further pour love into families, the Wilsons have released their new children's book, Why Not You, a title tied to their foundation, according to NBC. The book is inspired by the couple's own upbringings of learning to have a bright outlook of their lives. Now, they want children worldwide to tap into the same possibility. In an interview with NBC, Russell shared, quote, "We've been so excited to do this for so many reasons. Our parents used to say to us, why not you? It was a driving force question that my dad always used to ask me all the time. I think that's the conscious, but also the subconscious question that we all have to ask ourselves, no matter how old or how young we are." End quote. The book illustrations include a diverse range of shades and hair textures, which Ciara describes as so important to include. Our goal is to empower every child to have a why not you attitude, and we want for every child to look at this book and see themselves in it, she shared. On the front of the book, you see a mini Russ and a mini C. And our kids can look at this book and see themselves. Every kid should be able to dream big, and if you have a why not you attitude, the sky's the limit. That's pretty dope.
Very much so.
Yeah. So for for Ciara and Russell Wilson to put out a book to say why not you, because a lot of us think and we look at TV and we go, we can't do those things because they just seem so far-fetched. Whether it's, we just talked about Shaquille O'Neal and, Lisa Leslie in the NBA, helping entrepreneurs do things. So why not those entrepreneurs be able to become successful in the story that you just mentioned? But even in, acting or becoming a millionaire or whatever it is that we actually see out there on TV and we see a lot of celebrities do and accomplish, it goes to question, well, why not you? Why can't we do some of those same things instead of sitting there wallowing and going, oh, I wish we could have, or I wish we should have, or whatever the case may be? Why not you? And so I really like the fact that Ciara and Russell Wilson have decided to put together a book that has illustrations. So apparently it's for not just for adults, but for children as well. But I'm pretty sure we all can learn something from it to say, well, why not us?
Definitely. And I think the younger that question is asked to a child, and it's repeated and ingrained, the better. Then it just, promotes, I think, confidence, productivity, and, maybe even,
Yeah, I get it. It's a lot, but I think it's pretty dope. I think it's pretty dope, and I look forward to seeing the books in bookshelves and possibly getting a copy ourselves. Again, we appreciate you, Ciara and Russell Wilson, for all that you all are doing, and just keep it up.
For our next story, he earned a perfect score of 36. A Chicago high school student junior became the first to get a perfect ACT score in the school's 40th year history. Fox 32 Chicago reports, Mario Hoover is a junior at Providence St. Mel School, a private college prep school established in 1978 on Chicago's west side. Hoover is a pretty active student, participating in concert choir, track and debate, also taking the time to volunteer at the local hospital and participate in the Community Boys and Girls Club. When it was time to prepare for the ACT, he buckled down, enrolled himself in an ACT prep course, and using various practice exams as a tool for studying. The prep worked in his favor. Hoover getting his test results back to discover that he had gotten a perfect score of 36, the first student to ever accomplish this in the school's 44-year history. While Mario said he was excited, he was also shocked to realize that he could really do it. Principal Timothy Irving said students like Mario are indeed the future, and their accomplishments set precedent for generations to come. He is the future of Black history in the sense that he has made history here in the present, and that's going to live on forever, said Irving. Mario has plans to attend Columbia University when he graduates, aspiring to earn a degree in neuroscience with a minor in music. He hopes other students learn from his story and realize that they too have the capacity to do things they've never imagined if they just put their minds to it. And I quote, "I want others to know that they can do the same. I've been saying a lot today that we are all capable of more than we think we can do," he said. "Congratulations, Mario. The sky is just the beginning." A perfect score on the ACT. I wasn't even close.
I don't think I was either. Matter of fact, I know I wasn't.
And as a matter of fact, our kids actually take the ACT exam today. So I'm hopeful that they will do their best. But he's to be commended, not only to be so active as he is in school and getting the grades that he get, but enrolling himself to take a prep course, knowing that he was going to need some support to prepare him for the exam. I wonder how many other students, have done the same or are willing to make the sacrifice to do the same.
Yeah, a lot of kids don't have the discipline, thank you, to do something like that. So like you said, enroll himself in a course that would help him study for the ACT, so that way he can prepare for the next level of his schooling career. It's pretty dope in itself, yet alone for him to actually get a perfect score. And then on top of all of that, we already know that cities such as Chicago don't get the best rep anyway. So for him to have put something positive out there for what the young men are doing in Chicago, that is super exciting. And I'm pretty sure the scholarships and so forth will be rolling in for my man Mario out of Chicago. So he's already, like you said, pretty much chosen his school, Columbia University. I wish he was going to an HBCU, but I understand. Follow your dreams, follow your passion. Maybe Columbia has something that other schools don't have.
And that in-state tuition.
Yeah, I would say and that in-state tuition. But hey, I'm pretty sure when you get a perfect score on your ACT, even though there are a lot of schools now that are kind of foregoing ACT and SAT school scores due to the pandemic and this, that, and the third, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them are bringing it back. But I'm pretty sure if he's gotten his perfect score in the ACT, dude is set. Is set as far as tuition is concerned. So more power to you. Continue much success in your further education as you continue on to Columbia, Mario. And we hope to hear a lot more from you soon here with RETV.
All the best to you, young man.
Exactly. And then our final story. Painful traits like discrimination, verbal abuse, and sexual harassment caused legions of people to walk away from their jobs last year. Those attitudes fed a dire work climate for many people, a toxic company culture of 31%, changing career goals of 30%, a burnout of 29% were among the top reasons people quit working, new research shows. All in all, a report 47 million Americans gave up their jobs in 2021. The 47 million were a part of the Great Resignation, an economic trend that started early last year when people left their jobs searching for larger pay, better benefits, and healthier workplaces. The study by Real Estate Witch was based on an online survey conducted this past January of 1,000 people who quit their jobs last year, including 169 who identified as Black. The responses revealed that some 80% of workers reported that COVID-19 influenced their resignation decision. 1 in 4 of them did not give their employees notice at all, and 1 in 8 ghosted or left with no explanation. I'm sorry, that's funny to me. Because a lot of us say we want to just quit our jobs, and come to find out, 1 in 8 actually ghosted and just said, we out. Saying goodbye was not just about money. Some 53% report a salary cut in their new job. The average pay cut was around $8,000, but many job seekers would take a greater cut. Some workers who left and are still looking for jobs report that they would work on an average of $23,000 less in their next role, Yet, some 57% of employees cited some regret about resigning, especially those with no new work opportunities. Jamie Seal, the study's author, says employees are reassessing if their workplace is right fit for them. She added, for Black employees, who tend to experience discrimination at higher rates than other racial groups at work, experience more microaggressions than their white counterparts, and are underrepresented in senior roles, the Great Resignation allowed them to find more inclusive workplaces where they'll have more opportunities. Seal says her firm estimated that 8 million Black Americans walked off their jobs in 2021. She explained of the 169 employees surveyed, 57% of them, or 96 workers, found employment. This compared to 65% of the overall respondents surveyed. Quote, the reason for that small but noticeable difference may be because only 47% of Black respondents had a job lined up before resigning, whereas 55% of overall respondents had another offer before quitting. Among Black workers who resigned and later found employment, she says the most popular employment sectors were education, 9%, human resources, 5%, and retail, another 5%. Seal pointed out that the national data shows some of the most significant increases in jobs openings occurred in education and retail, making them appealing industries for job seekers.
Wow. Well, I'm glad I was not alone. I was part of that 29% who resigned due to burnout. It got real.
And it's crazy because we all get burned out for our job from these 9-to-5 jobs. And they did not actually, and if I'm correct, did not actually say how many people went to go start on their own ventures.
Yeah, that would have been a
their
good number
own
to
jobs.
see.
Yeah,
those who took the leap into entrepreneurship, which I'm pretty sure was probably quite a few.
Right, and it's crazy that COVID-19 kind of spawned or sparked this whole Great Resignation thing, but to see 1 in 8 literally just walk off the job and say, "Screw it, I'm out."
Yeah, because
wow.
we've always been taught give at least
2-week notice. And some of us be like, if I win the lottery, I'm not giving no notice. I'm out, or whatever the case may be. And some of these people say they don't even need the lottery. And it's crazy even to see that some of them are willing, or some of us, I say, are willing to even accept less money.
Yeah.
So it's not always about the money.
Right.
It's
about peace of mind.
Mm-hmm. Work-life balance.
Exactly.
And not even in addition to how we're treated, because like you said, discrimination, not seeing people who look like us in higher up roles and so on and so forth, can also become a discouraging sight or a discouragement when you go into work every day. And so if you go into work and you're not happy and you don't want to be there, you're liable to say, "Screw it, I'm out. I'm not coming back. I don't want to do this no more, or I'll go find me something different." I can't lie. I was one of them people at one point in time where I didn't walk off my job, but because of the way that I did not like being there and the things that were there, I did. I looked for another job and I put in my resignation, and after 2 weeks, I started a brand new job. It would also, but it would be nice to, like I said, for a lot of us to walk off and go do our own thing. This survey and this article doesn't represent that or doesn't speak about that. So it would really be nice to see what those numbers are.
But even if it's not, being able to do your own thing, finding something out there that actually speaks to you where you feel satisfied at the end of your 9-to-5 to say, okay, I've been able to give back in some form or fashion where it's fulfilling for me. Yeah. And I know for me, I was not getting that in my place of employment.
So there's a wide range of reasons why people walk off the job or quit or, so forth. It's just crazy that over, 2021, so much of it happened. With especially with us in the African American community. So I wish all those people good luck in finding new jobs or starting their own businesses. Maybe you can be one of those 6 people on the Shaquille O'Neal, the Game Plan show.
Especially if you're based in Atlanta.
Exactly, and help you out as well. We thank you for tuning into this week's episode of RETV News Break.
Be sure to subscribe to the RETV YouTube channel and Facebook pages for more great news and shows.
We look forward to seeing you again next week right here on RETV. Until then, be blessed and be great.
Hey, it's your girl Tia Robertson. I'm the host of Entrepreneur Insider. Right here on RETV every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern for entrepreneurs and news that you need to know about. See you there.
Welcome to What's Going On? My name is Demita Joe. Each Wednesday, you can find me here at 3 p.m. I'll be over here discussing different things that are going on and try to bring you a boost of positivity for your week because we all need this. We're going to share some feel-good stories. We might find a hometown hero. We may take a look at some trending topic. And sometimes we might even find a lesson in a not-so-warm and fuzzy story if we can. I'm Demita Joe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode right here on What's Going On?
Well, they do that, cause we do that though. I see you talk, so we gon' take it though. And yeah, talking cheap, so don't do that though. My click 100 deep.
Growing up in the church, we saw a lot. Things that people refuse to talk about. The elephants in the room. Mental illness, sexual abuse, broken families, domestic violence, and so much more. The Big E, The Elephant in the Room, is a show that sheds light on these topics. We're here to speak about the unspeakable.